Welcome to previous week's edition of Diaspora Connect on ITV Gold. I am Pia Jyoti Khatru, bringing you the latest on South Asian culture, achievements and community. Here are the headlines. We have this week with Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parekh. ISKCON New York celebrates 50th annual Chariot Festival with global dignitaries. Sai Parivar celebrates 15 years of devotion and community at North Brunswick Temple. BAPS Charities Walk Run unites communities in nationwide service effort. Cranberry Center launches South Asian Indian program with grand ribbon cutting ceremony. Stay with us on Diaspora Connect in detail right after this short break.
And now time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parekh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher and India advocate in this week.
Welcome and namaskar, and it's that time of the week when we have the honor of welcoming Dr. Sudhir Parekh, Padma Shri recipient, to our show this week with Dr. Sudhir Parekh right here on ITV Gold. Namaskar, Doctor.
Namaskar.
Let's get back and let's have this question, like, we added a new conflict in Israel-Iran war, which is escalating too fast, and President is leaving G7
Already left, yeah.
to get into a situation room. So tell me, where are we headed?
Well, I think, I hope that they escalate the whole thing and come back to negotiating table. Because this is not the way to, whether you're right or wrong, this is not the way to tell somebody to stop. Because if you do that, then it doesn't work. Because no sovereign country likes to be dictated by other country, right? So it's a general philosophy. But I think Israel and USA is right that there should not be a more country should not get nuclear power. Because if you get nuclear armament, then I think world becomes very unstable and very dangerous. And therefore, I think, of course, you can have nuclear plant and you can have nuclear know-how, but only for civilian purpose. It means for the for the energy and those kind of thing, and not for weapons. So I think fundamentally what Israel is saying is correct, because that can destabilize whole Middle East if the two country has. Israel already has nuclear. Nuclear armament, though it's not declared, but everybody knows that Israel is nuclear power. But we don't want a second nuclear power in that small area of the world, which is oil and everything is so important. So I think they are right, but there is always a way to negotiate this thing, because even though it may take 10 years, 20 years, or even a whole generation, but that's only way you can stop somebody to not move forward.
So, but do you think, like, is US kind of supporting Israel in the background, and like, does that achieve the objective of preventing like Iran from getting nuclear?
Yes, of course. USA is supporting Israel for this war against Iran. It is known fact. Even though before even they started, Israel attacked Iran, USA knew about it. So it's not secret. And because USA has fundamental promise to Israel to protect the Israel existence or Israel well-being. So obviously, USA will do everything to help Israel against this war. But less USA gets involved is better for USA and other part of the Middle East.
And President Trump, he commented on Russia not being in G7 or G8. So would that help in aligning the global agenda, or is there too much conflict there?
No, Russia was on G8 for a while. And then they removed Russia. I think Biden removed, or Biden or someone, or Obama, somebody removed Russia from the G8, and again it became G7. But I think Russia should be there, and even China should be there, because they are the very huge economic economic power, and they control almost 1/5 of the population. So I think they should have. Then you can have worldwide some kind of more meaningful policies.
And I'm sure you must have heard in the news that President Trump, his family is expanding into Trump Mobile. So, and this comes after like his controversial gains in the crypto markets. So tell me, where does this lead to ethical standards for the highest office?
I think, I personally think that this does not give good optics. And as long as president is in the power, his family should not be involved in the business, because then indirectly they get benefit out of indirect benefit out of the presidency, and that is not good. It's unethical in the strictest term. So I think I don't like it. It's too much conflict of the interest.
All right, and let's get back to, Prime Minister Modi. He just landed in Canada for the G7 meetings. And, there is so much going on, wars, economic turmoil, Trump's tariffs. So tell me, what do we think are the top 3 priorities for this summit?
Well, summit is meant for those G7 countries, not for any other countries. All the other prime ministers or presidents are all invited people there.
Okay.
So they are not really making any. They are not part of the policy making, or they don't attend the policy making event either. They are just invited, and just at the end, in general, they get informed about what they decided. So, but it's good to be there. It's good to be that prime minister went there and become a part of the world leaders. But unfortunately, this time, before, I think Trump did not meet the prime minister at all. Because when prime minister came, and before that he left for back home.
Oh, okay.
Because of this war situation. So unfortunately, there is no meeting between Trump and our Prime Minister Modi. But I think it is good for our country that PM Modi is there, and this is not the first time. But even Manmohan Singh used to go in, used to invited in G7 meeting too. All Prime Minister gets invited because our size of the country, population, plus our growing economy.
And, I'm sure you must have heard with Reserve Bank's recent rate cuts and India possibly crossing 8% growth rates. So tell me, is India a ray of hope with all this chaos in the world?
Yes, India is a ray of hope, because India has population, 45% of the population of India is a young population. They are well-educated population. So India is really a ray of hope. And hopefully, government of the day should do more for job creation and encourage the entrepreneurs and do the more manufacturing and so forth. Then India will really a great country and great power for a world even.
And also, let's talk about the Air India crash, which was the sad news, and it's still,
Right.
going through things in Gujarat, and they have been one thing after another still going on. So tell me, is air travel a concern now in the world these days?
I don't think that air travel is the most safe travel in the world. Is much death happens on the car travel rather than the air travel. So you don't have to worry about that. But of course, the standard of the maintenance of the aircraft is very critical. And there should not be any kind of, we are not saying that it was not maintained properly, but what I'm saying is, in general, the aircraft has to be well maintained and very disciplined way of maintaining. And certain airports are should be out of populated area. And then they have to have buffer between the runway and the residents, or people who were live. Otherwise, what happened that this plane crashed into the medical college where I graduated from, and I know exactly where that building is. I used to live there as a postgraduate student in the same building.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a kind of bad kind of feeling, that.
Absolutely.
And there are about 35 to 40, I think, doctors died there, and more injured, and we don't know.
I'm sure there probably is more.
There is
which
more
not even
casualties.
coming.
Yeah. So it is very sad thing. Very sad thing. Yeah.
And I know as you're talking about it, it definitely is very close to you personally, as you have seen everything, and even the victims, like
Yes.
ex-chief minister of
Yeah, he
Gujarat,
was a
Mr.
very good
Rupani.
friend of mine personally, and I met him several times. And when he was chief minister, he helped us to pass the bill for thalassemia disease in the pregnancy, because in India no OBGYN used to do the thalassemia testing, and we made them to do it compulsory to all OBGYN, and that was a great help, because in Gujarat, particularly in the Saurashtra, thalassemia incidence is very high, 8%. And well-known celebrity has thalassemia, like Amitabh Bachchan has thalassemia minor, but what's her name? His wife doesn't have any thalassemia gene, so they are okay. But every thalassemia family has to have genetical blood test. It's a blood test. It's a simple blood test should be done to and two thalassemia major husband and wife should not have children. Those children are, in spite of all the treatment, they don't survive beyond 15 years of age.
Wow. So, talking about this Air India crash, would you want to give any message to the families of the victims?
Well, dear friends, our heartfelt condolences to all those victims of the Air India flight, and they are the victim of what happens in that accident. So we pray for them. Our prayers are with them and their families. And we should, after investigation, we'll know what happened. But once we know what happened, we should learn some lesson from that and make sure that it doesn't happen again. And that's my message to everyone. But I can also tell you that air travel is still very safe. It's much safer than anything else. So please don't afraid to fly in the airplane.
Since you were talking about the air travel, so tell me, how does this impact recovery of Air India globally, and can Tata's help recover this lost glory?
No, I think it is little lost glory, but it's time heals everything, right? After 5 years from today, you and me, we will not talk about this. Because this kind of accident happened in the past, bigger than this one. Air Korea happened, and our Air India in 80s, we were flying from Toronto to India, and they blast. It was terrorist attack, and the whole plane fell apart in the sea, in Atlantic Ocean. So that happens. But I think we should learn a lesson after each such incident.
And what about the destiny playing a role in this? The lone survivor of this 11A, literally walking out with his hand, cell phone in the hand, and there are no other survivors.
Well, that also, they are investigating whole thing, how that happened. And we'll see when the report comes, because it's too early or premature to say anything about or comment on that.
All right. So let's move on to the rapid fire round. And I have with me Siddharth from Atlanta. He's asking, will Trump be able to convince Iran towards aligning with his objectives? Yes or no?
Well, Iran being a very crafty, very smart negotiators, they will say that, okay, let's negotiate, and that way they can stop bleeding on their country. And then whether they will agree at the end, we don't know.
All right. So we have next is from Atif from New Jersey. He wants to know, will Pakistan be put on grey list again? Yes or no?
No. Grey list of who? Who's grey list?
This is a question from Atif.
No, but grey list, of course, Pakistan is always blacklisted from India, on the India's list. But Pakistan, in world, in the United Nations right now, they made Pakistan as a chairman, vice chairman of the terrorism. It means they are the watchdog of the terrorists in the world.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's very contradictory thing, right?
All right. Okay, so that takes care of our rapid fire today. But before you give out this week's message, I want to remind our viewers that you can follow Dr. Sudhir Parekh on Facebook at Dr. Parekh, and you can also follow him on Twitter. The handle is SUDPARIKH. Please go ahead.
Dear friends, it's very sad news that what happened in Ahmedabad, India. Big jumbo jet Dreamliner could not stay in the air and could not fly up. Within a few minutes, it succumbed to a big ball of the fire, and all the passengers except one passenger, they all died instantly there. And not only that, but that plane kind of stuck to the building, which is very close to the airport runway, which is my own medical school building, where we studied and we stayed as a student. So it's very, very, very disheartening and very, very kind of. We are very sad to know that this is a building where we have some memories about those part of the civil hospital, and hopefully now black box are recovered. So and all the experts from not only from India but in England and from the America are there, and I'm sure they will come to a good conclusion and will find out why it happened. And after they find out, we must learn lesson out of it and implement that whatever happened should not happen again. So after saying that, we'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye.
The International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, celebrated its grand 50th annual Chariot Festival in New York City with spiritual fervor and international presence. The event was inaugurated by Consul General of India in New York, Sri Binaya S. Pradhan, and Ambassador Sunil Sitaldin, permanent representative of Suriname to the United Nations. The colorful procession drew thousands of devotees and onlookers, highlighting ISKCON's enduring message of peace, devotion, and cultural unity over 5 decades.
Namaskar, I am Binay Pradhan, Indian Consul General in New York. Today it's a divine feeling to be part of the Rath Yatra that we are celebrating on 5th Avenue in New York City. This is a tradition which is 5,000 years old, which started in my home state, Odisha, but it's a real, surreal feeling to see it being celebrated in the city of New York. Thanks to ISKCON, who has been organizing it every year. Today we have 25,000 people participating in this event. So really, it's a divine feeling. Thank you.
I'm the ambassador of Suriname to the UN. It's once again my honor to be here. This is my 3rd year in a row here. And as a Hindu, I'm very blessed to be here. So I wish everybody a very Hare Krishna day. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhus, this is the annual New York Rath Yatra. Of course, it's pouring rain today, but the show must go on. Jagannath is still going to walk the streets of New York. Jai Baladev! Jai Baladev! Jai Baladev!
So this is a festival that's been going on for thousands of years in India. They make some special forms of the Lord and take them on grand chariots, much bigger than the ones we have here. So our spiritual master, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he brought this festival to the West, first in San Francisco and second time in 1976. So next year will be 50 years this festival will be going on in New York City also. And everybody has a chance to chant the Hare Krishna mantra and to taste wonderful spiritual food called prasadam. So we do this festival all over the world now. Hare Krishna. Okay.
So namaskar. Actually, I am Vrishini from Mauritius. I am a diplomat here. And I am so happy to be here today because it is the 49th anniversary, and I would like to congratulate ISKCON. I would like to congratulate ISKCON New York for organizing this beautiful celebration, and I'm really looking forward to the 50th anniversary. And I think this kind of event reminds us that we are so lucky to be human beings, to be able to chant the name of Sri Krishna, to be able to dance, to be able to celebrate together. So I'm very happy and grateful to all the organizers who have made this possible, because I know it's so much work that goes in and so much of sleepless night, tireless labor to get things happen and making it such a great celebration for all of us. So thank you to everyone, and I really look forward to the next celebration. Thank you so much.
I'm Sibu Nair from Governor's Office. I am the Director of Asian American and Pacific Islander Affairs. Governor was supposed to be here, but unfortunately because of her tight schedule, she couldn't be here. But she sends her warm wishes for the devotees of Krishna here today. And I'm so honored to be here representing Governor Kathy Hochul at this wonderful parade and gathering. Thank you for having me here.
Hare Krishna. So today we're celebrating a wonderful festival called the Rath Yatra Festival. And the essence is that today we focus on bringing and pulling God, Krishna, into our hearts permanently. So it's a wonderful thing that ISKCON and all religions, which would say, are trying to pull God within our hearts. And yeah, so that's why we feel so much pain and suffering in the material world, is that of a lack of pulling Krishna into our hearts and keeping him there. And so let us try to chant and remember Krishna, and by that permanently keep him in our hearts and continue that to the rest of eternity. Hare Krishna.
Happy to be celebrating the 50th anniversary of our Rath Yatra in New York. So it's a parade that comes down Fifth Avenue. Originally, it used to start on 59th Street, all the way down to Washington Square Park. Now it starts on 45th Street, and it comes down to getting to Tompkins Square Park, where we set up different booths with books and different food from different parts of India. And the devotees enjoy very much pulling the carts. There are 3 carts, one for Lord Jagannath, one for Lord Balaram, and one for Lady Subhadra. And Lady Subhadra's cart is always in the middle. She's protected by her 2 brothers. So it's very auspicious to pull the ropes of the cart. The idea is that we are pulling Krishna back to Vrindavan. So here in New York, we bring him back to our hearts. And that's a beautiful celebration that we do every year. We celebrate it always on the 2nd Saturday of June here in New York.
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Kali Yuga, Yuga Dharma, Nameda Prachara, Tatipani, Pitalagi, Chaitanya Avatara. The Yuga Dharma is to chant the holy names of God, Krishna, Rama, Hare, and the Yuga Avatar is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's Krishna himself. It's the loving union of Radha and Krishna as one, Chaitanya. Chaitanya Avatar has given us the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You just chant this Maha Mantra and your life can be perfect. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, we're here at Rath Yatra 2025. It's raining, but everybody's still out here. It's a very nice festival. Lord Jagannath is coming right now, so we're just waiting for him and chanting Hare Krishna and dancing.
Hare Krishna. It's super rainy, but we're super happy to be here.
Hare Krishna. We have been doing this Rath Yatra here. I mean, I've been doing this booth for 25 years now, and it's such a nice day to do this. But today, unfortunately, we have some rain. But other than that, wow, it's a big festival. We serve out over 20,000 plates of prasadam and a free feast. And here, right around, we have prasadam all over. It's a beautiful festival. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Welcome to Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra Festival 2025. We welcome everyone and we ask you to please come out and support Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra Festival. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Sai Parivar, the Central New Jersey-based non-profit spiritual and cultural organization, marked the 15th anniversary of Sai Mandir with a vibrant celebration on Saturday, June 14th. The milestone event featured sacred rituals, community reflections, and the much-anticipated unveiling of plans for a new Sai Temple campus.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Guru Brahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Sagala Devata, Swarupa, Samartha, Sadguru, Sainatha, Paripurna, Anugraha, Kripa Kataksha, Siddhidvara, Atishigrameva, Alaya, Nutana, Nirmana, Yogyata, Kalasiddhyartha, Gurudevata, Paripurna, Anugraha, Kripa Kataksha, Siddhidvara, Sakala, Dana Karshana, Abhivruddhyartham, Mama, Sakala Karya, Vignidayata, Kalasiddhyartham, Gurudevata, Prityartham, Radhakale, Yamachakti, Jnana, Avahanadi, Shodasha, Pujansha, बोलो सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की, सकल देवता मूर्ति की, शिरडी पुर निवासी की।
By Baba's blessings, we have completed 15 years in this place, and it is such an auspicious day for us, and it's unbelievable. Sri Upendra Chuparaji will tell you about our experience with Baba, and it is a big milestone Baba has taken us right from the scratch, and now we are also so blessed that we lived here and we have been here with Baba's blessings for 15 years. He also got us a land of our own. Such a big blessing, where we would like to also go and just have a look. It's very near, next to the Shoprite complex. And then we are definitely going to be having our own temple by Baba's grace. And I request our Upendra Chuparaji to come and speak to us. This very auspicious festival, I would call it, and I request our Upendra Garu, who has been right from the beginning with us, and he'll speak few words about our temple and also about Baba's miracles. Thank you. Give a big round of applause to Upendra Garu. And I also personally welcome Rajan Bhai here for coming, and I'm so glad that Mahfa also is here after so many years, and I'm very glad. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Hi Ram, today is a very special day. I just wanted to start, 2010, Guruji was having his Shashti Purti, which is in Telugu in a southern part of India tradition, where the husband gets 60 between the 60th and 61st birthday. He gets the Shashti Purti at that day. And I was doing some event here. I was the State Assembly member during that time. And Guruji mentioned to me, I'm looking for his place. And so I was here for some other event. Suddenly came to my idea about Baba's blessings. I said, maybe this place will be available. And so I told Guruji, I drove all the way to Woodbridge to see Guruji. I said, I found a place and we must go and see it. And then I think same day or next day we came to look at the place. And so the landlord was, it used to be a Johnson & Johnson location, so they moved to Pennsylvania and is available. They converted it to many things. And I said, okay, Guruji, maybe we can get this. They said, no, we are going to demolish all the buildings. We are going to do a lot of planning. And I said, why don't you give it to us? And they gave it to Guruji on a month-to-month lease basis. I was very worried. I said, we bring all the murtis and then you do all the prana pratishtha and then you have to move them. Month to month is a very risky thing. I said, Guruji, are we sure what we are doing? And he said, don't worry, Baba will take care of it.
हे बोलो सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की, सकल देवता मूर्ति की, शिरडी पुरा निवासी की।
Divyadham Temple celebrated its sacred Patotsav Pran Pratishta Divas with a spiritually enriching two-day festival featuring a 51 Kundi Gayatri Yagya on Friday, June 6th and a powerful Navchandi Yagya on Saturday, June 7th. Devotees participated in various rituals including Kalash Shobha Yatra, Gayatri Yagya, Chandi Path and Purnahuti and Mata Ki Chauki held at the temple located at 3463 56th Street, Woodside, New York. The event was supported by community leaders including Swami Vivekanand, Mukesh Shravani, Vijaybai Patel, Jayesh Bhatt, Mahendrabai Patel and others. Over 45,000 people joined the BAPS charities walk run across 100 US cities, supporting 50+ causes from mental health to shelters. Led by President Neelkant Patel, the event spotlighted youth like Arav Dubal and civic leaders like Mayor Joe Zimmerman.
Some kids can't come to school every day, so they have to go to their treatment. They can't run super fast like me because their heart gets really tired. They can't go to birthday parties or field trips because they're fighting to get healthy. So today I'm walking for them at the BFPS Charities Walk Run.
This is what community looks like. We have hundreds of people showing up on a weekend morning, not for themselves, but for someone else. That is very powerful.
So the Children's Cancer Center has 30 support programs that wrap around each member of the family. So funds from the walk like today will go into immediate impact.
What drives me to fundraise for this cause is that the values that I've learned from BAPS charities: selfless service, commitment, and unity.
They didn't even know the kids, but they still walk for them today. I used to think that one person couldn't make a difference, but today they showed me otherwise. Today showed me how powerful kindness can be. Kindness doesn't need a reason. It just needs a big heart.
The work of this group, the work and the fruit that this walk has been able to achieve has been immeasurable. We know that the collaboration with the Children's Cancer Center has been remarkable here, and the fact that we've been able to raise money for a group that's so important, I think is going to have a lot of impact.
It's the small acts of kindness that truly matter, because in the joy of others lies our own.
Cranberry Center in Monroe, New Jersey proudly hosted a vibrant ribbon-cutting ceremony to celebrate the launch of its new South Asian Indian program, an initiative tailored to meet the cultural and medical needs of the South Asian community.
Beautiful luck in that ribbon, and when you put luck together, it'll last a lifetime. So let's go. Congratulations. People deserve, and I've seen firsthand the results that these programs deliver. So you've come here today to deliver commendations and praise and a great big thank you to the Cranberry Center team. Without you, these programs don't happen. These facilities don't run. Without you, on behalf of the citizenry of the 12th Legislative District, unfortunately the 12th Legislative District is just on the other side of Monroe, but we still support this district. And we wish you but nothing but success in the future. And we are here if you need us. And this is on behalf of myself, Senator Owen Henry, Assemblyman Clifton, and Assemblyman Zawicki. So we thank you for what you do, and we're here for you. So thank you so much.
I think this is the first of this kind that I've heard about. We live in such a diverse community here in Monroe, and to see that we're bringing and focusing on the culture and what our South Asian community is looking for, this is just wonderful to hear. I hope I get an invite to Chai Time. I would love to come. But I thank you for coming up with something like this. I think it's so important, as you had touched upon earlier, to meet the needs of those in our community and to understand the cultural background and make sure that we're listening and doing those things for these people. So I thank you for this opportunity here. Thank you for all coming out today and supporting.
So this is something that's very close to our community, good for our community, an asset, and we're here for you, for the teamwork and the effort.
Getting services for their sub-acute rehab, because between acute rehab and chronic rehab, this is the gap. And I have seen a lot of people fall through this, and even they develop irreversible complications, even death. So you guys have a very huge responsibility. And what I do at St. Peter's is, which we cannot do, but to keep these facilities out of the business. We want to prevent acute conditions, chronic conditions, so that they don't become, they don't need rehabilitation.
Okay, we're here at Cranberry Center in Monroe Township. Just want to wish everybody luck here with the South Asian program that they have for the community. It's a beautiful program. I just wanted to say welcome as a new venture, and we're here to support South Asian community and Genesis at Cranberry Center.
Hey, my name is Marty Flynn. I'm invited by Preeti and by Anjar. It's very important to make sure that we maintain good cultural relations. This South Asian opportunity for our people to come to a great rehab center. It's been a great day. I'm thankful that I'm here.
Thank you for having me here. My name is Anjan Karnati. I've been living in Monroe last 16 years and in Middlesex County last 25 years. And this is very great event for South Asian Americans, and who really needed, interpreters and, translators, the medical needs, healthcare needs. Definitely this is a great thing for South Asian population who can really reasonable cost and minimum cost, they really, take all the medical facilities and, treatments.
Hi, my name is Preeti Pandya Patel, and we are here at Cranberry Center Genesis in Monroe, and we're going to be debuting the South Asian program. And so we had a ribbon cutting ceremony, and we had some great community leaders here. We had the mayor of Monroe, and we had a senator. And we're so excited about this program. Again, the program is not just for the Indian community. We have it for the entire South Asian community, which includes Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka. So we invite everyone to please come out and call us. We're Cranberry Center at Genesis on Upper Garth Road. Looking forward to seeing you all.
It's amazing to see such a cultural mixture here, and they have done a wonderful job. What we have seen on the TV today, it's wonderful. You must come and visit this center.
Hi, I'm Melinda Monastersky, and I'm the market president for Genesis Healthcare that serves Maryland, Delaware, and New Jersey. As the South Asian population grows in New Jersey, Genesis Healthcare is extremely excited to help support that community. We have developed a South Asian program at the Great Center of Cranberry that's run by Donnie, and our ultimate hope is to continue to embrace that community, identify pain points throughout the community, and help serve those that live right here within Monroe Township, but then also individuals that live all throughout the state of New Jersey.
Hi guys, I'm Itai Sahar. I'm the market resource operator for the state of New Jersey. I'm very excited to be part of Genesis Healthcare. We really identified in this area that we have a South Asian Indian need, and we as Genesis want to be open-minded, catering to the population and the markets that we serve. This is an unprecedented type of a program. That you should see the energy that's in the room, the people that we had here in the building today. It's really a great program. We can't wait. We're so excited that we had everybody here.
Hi, I'm Donnie Schwartz, administrator at Cranberry Center. Just want to echo what Melinda and Itai just said. Proud to be here today at the ribbon cutting ceremony of our South Asian Indian program. Excited to welcome everybody from the local and greater Middlesex County communities. And our program is going to be phenomenally amazing.
And that's a wrap on Diaspora Connect. Send community news to events@itvgold.com or pi@itvgold.com. Follow ITV Gold on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and grab Desi Talk in the Tri-State or Chicago. Read News India Times at newsindiatimes.com or call 212-675-7515 to subscribe. This is Pia Jyoti Kachru signing off.